Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. My name is Dana. I am a homeschooling mama to a first grader, a kindergartner, I always have to think about this, an almost 2-year-old, and then we have baby number 4 due hopefully in the next couple of weeks here. Anyway, as you can tell from the title down below, I'm going to be sharing with you some of my first graders' favorites. If you saw my last video, I shared with you just a handful of what my kindergartner has been absolutely loving, and I also mentioned that I'd be doing today's video for one, and that also everything would be totally different because they are totally two different people when it comes to their interests. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into today's video. So the first thing I wanted to go ahead and mention, if you did not see my last video, I also mentioned that this game was also going to be in this video because it is not just my kindergartner's favorite, it is my first grader's favorite as well. That is Tumble Tree. It's essentially what it is. You put all kinds of cards around the top. This is almost like your playing board, and it gets bigger and bigger. And it's really, really fun. I highly recommend. If you want more info on that, I will have that video linked down below if you want to go hear me explain more how to play that. But that is also one of his favorite games as well. Another game that he loves doing, and this is specifically one that he loves doing, and really just with like him and Daddy or him and me, depending. It is a different version of Connect 4 / Tic-Tac-Toe. It's called Bricks. And it is really fun. So you have to line up, of course, 4 of one color or 4 of the X's or O's, depending on what it is. But the hard thing about this, or the more challenging thing about this, and this is fantastic if you are wanting to build those critical thinking skills, especially at a young age, is it's not just one blue cube and an orange cube. This is one cube all together. So when they are trying to connect the dots or connect 4, they have to really think on how they are going to place those. So if they're blue, they can place it like that, but then if they get another one, they can go up this way, or they can go like on the side here, and vice versa, depending on what you're looking at it. And if you're orange, you can go here, here, or here. So it's just a really fun twist of Connect 4. It's called Bricks, as I mentioned before. But it is just a ton of fun. This is actually one that I love playing too, along with him. And the pieces are they're a little bit weighted, so they're not gonna like fall over easily or anything like that. Just a great game. Highly recommend for really anyone of any age. So I have mentioned multiple times in the past couple videos here that we have a much more relaxed schedule in the summer when it comes to our homeschool. The only really educational things that we are doing right now is we are doing the Gather Round Creepy Crawlers unit study, which he is absolutely loving because he loves any type of like little creepy and crawly thing, to be honest. So he's been loving that, but one of the things that he also really likes is the summer Brain Quest books. These are so fun. If you're not familiar with Brain Quest, it is such a bright, colorful, just a really fun book, and he loves these. And as you can tell, they're just really fun. And as you can tell, they're just really greatly illustrated. And what makes these fun and interactive is, first of all, they're bright, but there's all kinds of like little fun activities in here. And this is a summer one, so this is actually between kindergarten and first grade level. So he really likes this, and he likes doing this again on those really hot days where it might be too hot to go outside. And his sister, who loves bookwork, will go grab her little kindergarten books, and then he'll sometimes grab this. If not, he'll grab like one of his little readers or something. But he really likes this and actually asks to do it sometimes, which is also really fun. Another thing that my first grader is really into, and this is something that he's actually just gotten into probably the past 2 months, I would say, just the past couple months, honestly. He's been really into Legos, and I actually picked this book up thrifted. I shared this in my thrifted books haul video a while back. But he actually recently just pulled this out again and has been getting a lot of inspiration and everything for when it comes to doing his Lego creations. But the reason why I wanted to share this is because he doesn't necessarily follow this for verbatim, if you know what I mean, for like piece by piece and like how to do it. But he'll get inspiration and everything out of it and go to his big Lego bin and start like creating. But he likes looking at this, honestly, not necessarily to build or create ideas from, but just to look at, because he loves Lego so much right now. It's so fun. It's so fun. He loves Legos, and it's so fun to see what he creates just from using his imagination. But he just thoroughly enjoys looking at it. It's fun. It's really cute, and I like his Lego books. I know at our local library, We have quite a few of those different Lego books, so whenever we do go, he's always checking them out, and we'll lay in bed at night and just look at all the look at all the options that you can do with Legos. Another one of his favorite activities, and this is actually him and his sister, that they will do this together in the evening, especially when we're like having that wind down time, I should say, or that quiet time before bed. We always like to read books and do some slow living activities at night. But that is honestly any books of things to spot, but he really likes this one. It's the Usborne Book of Things to Spot, and this is like the little ocean themed. But him and his sister both love this. I do want to find them some more advanced versions of Things to Spot, like those types of books. I have another 2 on our shelf that they both really like, but they're also really want to do more advanced ones. So if you know of any, let me know in the comments down below of good ones that your kiddos like, because yeah, they will go through this like half the book in one night. So I'd love to find something more advanced. So there's a lot of things to find. So if you know of any, let me know. Another favorite thing here is I'm actually going to insert a screenshot right up here because it is in his room. And anyway, it is like a big reusable sticker window clean pad from Melissa and Doug. He has the Oceans one. And I did pick up a couple of these because these were just sticking on my living room window right here. So I took them down. I'll have to put them back up here in a minute. But they're literally these little reusable stickers, and the pad that they come on are reusable, so you can kind of like take the little animals and put them on the pad and kind of create your own little ocean scenes. But they're kind of like window clings as well, so he'll decorate different ocean scenes on the window pretty much every single day in every room of the house. So we have like a sea turtle theme going on in the living room, and then in his room he has like the coral reef and so all the clownfish and everything in there. So much fun though. They are so much fun, and I can't believe honestly how many of the little sea creatures and little window clings come on this pad. I think it's under $5, so it might have gone up. It probably did go up, but I'll have the price and everything, or have the items linked down below that I'm talking about if you want to go check it out. But he genuinely loves these, and I love them too because I like anything reusable, especially clingy things that he can stick onto multiple surfaces. And I don't have to worry about scrubbing them off later either, but he loves these. They're super cute. So, and another couple of his favorite actual toy-related things are, first of all, his #1 thing right now is Noodles. They are these right here. If you are not familiar with the brand Nido, they are the same brand, only instead of the actual squishy sensory ball, they come in noodle form. So you can stretch them, you can pull them. They imagine that these things, they can pretend like they're snakes, they're earthworms, they're ropes, they're anything you want them to be. They're kind of like that resistance band type feel to them, but they're amazing. He loves these. These are great. It's a great sensory thing too if you do have little tiny kids who want something little fun and manipulative thing to experience with. He loves these. And then to go along with the Noodles, he also has a handful of it, like exactly the same different colors of the squishy snakes. I've also shared these. I personally am not a huge fan of snakes, but he loves them. So it's one of those toys where I'm like, yes, please love it, even though I don't, because I don't want to deter that. So I find them all over the place, which I think is kind of funny, but he loves these. If your kiddos love snakes, squishy snakes are the way to go. And then speaking of snakes, there's this thing, I think this is actually called like a water snake. If you are a 90s baby like I am, you probably grew up with these, but I think they were just called water snakes. I think they might have been called something else when I was little. But it's just like these little water orb things, great for sensory. But the fun thing about this is when you squeeze it, it like shoots down yeah, it's like really hard to hold. And so when they're a ton of fun. I grew up with these. We grew up getting one of these in our stocking pretty much every year for Christmas. And I don't remember what they were called back when if you remember the actual name of what they were called. I know right now they call them water snakes because they're just so much fun. What my little guy does is he will get these wet and put some soap on them. He'll be like, here, mommy, try to catch it. I'm like, I can't even hold it, let alone catch it. They are so much fun, especially again if you have little ones that are into like sensory type toys. It's great. And then another thing that he likes as far as like just a random thing is he actually likes just these plain ropes. He uses these for everything. He will be outside with them. He'll pretend like he's pulling like a truck and trailer with them, or he's setting up a truck and trailer with them. He'll use them out obviously as jump ropes, He'll pretend like he's driving a horse and carriage with them. There's just so many things that you can do with just one simple robe, and he loves these. He has one in like all the primary colors, but he loves these. Another thing that my son cannot go anywhere without bringing with him, especially in the summer months, is a good fishing net or a little critter net. I have multiple different ones. He likes this one in particular. It's one of his favorite colors, first of all, but it is pretty sturdy, and the rim itself is pretty sturdy, so he can actually be really pretty rough with it. Actually scoop gunk off of the bottom of the creek and see what's in there, and not have to worry about it being broken or anything like that. And sometimes it is harder to find a net that will actually withhold a child actually using it for more than just like a butterfly. So he takes this net with him everywhere. It's definitely one of his summer must-haves, his summer favorites, and something that he never goes anywhere without is his net. And then another thing that he never goes anywhere without is he has this little bug jar or a little bug catcher. I'll insert a picture up here. Again, of the one I'm talking about. It's actually outside right now with a little grasshopper living in it. But he loves taking this little bug jar again with him everywhere. If he does go outside, even if he's just going outside to like our backyard, he'll take that with him just to have on hand, just in case he finds something fun. And he'll put his little bug in there and take care of it for that day or something. But he loves anything critter related, especially when it comes to catching them and things like that. For a fun little science activity, he's just now at the age where he's starting to really get into learning like why things work and how things work. And one of his favorite all-time science activities, and this is probably something that his sister would agree with as well, because this is also one of her favorite things, and that is the Toy Science Mystical Trees. If you're familiar with geodes, these have a very similar effect to geodes. I'll see if I can insert a picture of one that is already grown and kind of put up, but you just put this little thing in water. It's like a little cardboard tree, and right before your eyes you can see crystals grow on the tree. So it is a really, really fun, hands-on, manipulative way for them to actually see the crystals forming, and it only takes a few hours for them to start forming. I believe within 6 hours it's completely done. So before they go to bed that night, it can be completely grown and everything. So I love these, highly recommend if your kiddos are into either rocks or geology and seeing crystals grow. Just a really, really, really fun kit. Lastly, I'm going to mention for my first grader, and again, I will go ahead and say that this is also my kindergartner's favorite thing too, one of her favorite things. And that is, this is going to be totally random, but I wanted to share it with you because when he was going around the house picking out what his favorite things were, this is the things that he picked out. But they are these little bulb flashlights. They kind of clip on. You can clip them on to like your pant pocket, or you can clip them on to like, he puts them on his little curtain sometimes. But where we are, we actually lose power fairly regularly around here. We live just enough up on a hill to where if there is a really big windstorm, and we also live just enough out into the country to where we are typically literally the last house to get their power back on because of where we are on the grid. We're quite literally always one of the last customers to get their power back on when we do lose power, and we do lose power quite a few times. I think, see, we're in June now. We've lost power probably 7 or 8 times this year already, especially with different storm seasons, and it's super windy around us. So there's a lot of trees that will fall down the power lines. If there's an accident, and accidents will take down a power line, things like that, we'll be out of power for a day or two. Anyway, all that to say is I have quite a few of these little bulbs because they're super lightweight, and there's different lighting settings on them. So you have like the LED, you have the warm light, the mixture of the two, and so there's 3 different settings. So I have about a half a dozen of these, and so when we do lose power and it is really dark in the house, the kiddos can clip one of these onto their pants, or when they do need extra light, they can just clip these on and take them with them quite literally everywhere. I have found, I believe they take AAA batteries, and I have not had to change them yet once, and then we have lost power quite a few times. So they're very efficient lights, which is amazing. I don't have to change batteries after every single use, and we use them for hours at a time. So huge shout out to that. I do like them for that reason. And they are durable, they're not gonna go anywhere. And again, I love the multi-purpose of them. And if your family is into camping or doing like outdoor things, these are fantastic because you can just clip them right on the zipper of your tent. You can clip them pretty much anywhere. And again, the battery lasts forever. And I know when my kiddos are outside doing like lightning bug hunts and everything like that, they'll set up a little light in the yard to where their little bug jar goes to highlight the jar. And so they love these, they really, really do. And so I wanted to shout these out because they love them. Is it an all version? Last time I checked, there might have been an all version. But yeah, that is everything that is on my first grader's favorite list right now as far as things that he's loving this summer so far. I hope you guys enjoyed watching and you got some good ideas if you have a first grader as well. And until my next video, I hope you guys have a great one and God bless. Bye.